I know everyone is getting sick and tired of hearing about Gamefam at this point, because this will be like the third or the fourth video that I have made about them recently, and that is because they keep taking down, I guess, innocent games. Can they really be called innocent? I don't exactly know. I do believe that there is a real reason they were taken down, and if Gamefam didn't do that, there is a pretty good chance that these games would have been taken down eventually anyway. It's just kind of stupid that Gamefam now has the ability to do this just because they have now created an official anime game with Crunchyroll, even though they themselves own a different game that also breaks the very same rules as the games that they have taken down and the reasons that they have taken them down for. One of the biggest ones we saw was Anime Adventures with 2 billion visits. That's now taken down, and there is finally an update about that. Yesterday, I believe, coming straight from the developers and just like the people behind the entire game, they have released an official statement about it in the Discord that their game is down due to a DMCA notice, which we already knew that. We've talked about that a few days ago. The devs of the game, although shocked at the takedown, are trying to bring it back up by revamping the game to meet DMCA standards by changing content. If they can't bring the game back up, the developers promised compensation if the game doesn't return. Now, right off the bat, all of the replies to this tweet are a few people saying that, you know, they shouldn't be surprised that the game was taken down. It definitely deserved a DMCA, or it was copyright or something like that. Which I guess, yeah, technically, like, the game wouldn't have been able to have been taken down if it didn't actually go against all the copyright things. The amount of other anime games on Roblox that also do the exact same thing, including Gamefam, they have their own game that breaks these same copyright rules. Let's take a look at the update from Anime Adventures. This is, I think, the only official thing from the developers, the people behind the game. This is the only real update that we have from them, because also they're asking people to stop spreading misinformation. There is apparently a few different accounts on Twitter claiming to be the developers of the game. The only official source is inside of the Discord, this announcement right here that, you know, we're about to see, the update basically. So they talk about getting the DMCA copyright notice, which means that the access to the game is disabled, nobody can play it, it cannot go back up until they do what was asked of them. So pretty much, the game does exist, it still exists, it's not going to get deleted or anything like that. It was taken down, and the only way that Roblox will ever allow them to reopen the game is to do what they asked them to do, which in the case of a DMCA copyright thing, that would probably be just to remove the assets that went against the copyright, and then from there the game can come back. They say, honestly, it's scary how it seems like this game was specifically taken down out of some other Roblox anime games that remain open, but we are also missing a lot of information and don't know the full details. Yeah, exactly. The first time that I made a video about this, about Gamefam taking down Anime Adventures specifically, I mentioned how it was probably because they had 2 billion visits. I mean, nothing's confirmed. Even they said they don't know the full details. The developers themselves, the people that created the game, even they don't know what's going on fully. It's just kind of interesting how Gamefam did take down a few, but there is probably thousands of anime games out there. They said, we are looking into the possibility of revamping the game so it fully complies with the DMCA and approval. We'll let everyone know when we have any updates. Thank you all for your patience and support. I mean, some people definitely are not being patient. Literally within the first hour of Anime Adventures being taken down, there was already people on the group wall for the developers demanding that they get refunded for everything, all of the Robux, time and effort that they spent inside of the game. Then at the end they say, in case the game cannot be brought back, we will compensate via credit for Robux spent in our future games. We truly feel that we have something special going on here and will continue to bring the same effort to creating games we all love for this amazing community. And that's pretty much the end of that. Once again, this is the one and only official update that we have from Anime Adventures and the developers behind the game. For the other games that got taken down, I'm not sure if anybody said anything about that. But for this one specifically, I know that there is, I mean, with 2 billion visits, you would think that there is a lot of people out there waiting for any kind of information about this game, whether or not it can come back. And like I said, like if they just got a DMCA copyright thing, if it was just a few assets in the game, all they would have to do is either completely remove those assets or change how they they look to a point where they don't really look like how they looked previously, which, I mean, they can take a leaf out of Gamefam's book for this one, because they themselves turned their own copyrighted assets into something off-branded and just unrecognizable only after they started to get called out for having these things inside of their games, and then also taking down other games for breaking the same rules that they are breaking. So I mean, Gamefam, this is why people are upset about this, not the fact that a game got taken down for copyrighted assets. That's always a given, that's gonna happen, mainly for the fact that it was Gamefam who didn't have a problem with these games existing previously and also break the very same rules themselves. Like, that's why this is such an annoying thing to people. So as of right now, if you are waiting for the updates on Anime Adventures, I guess their Discord is really the only place that you're gonna get official information for that. But also, I personally think it's kind of likely that the game can and will come back, so patience is really a virtue. So please, the comments is the place to go. Tell me what you guys think about Anime Adventures possibly coming back, even though they got deleted by Gamefam. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.